What is happening, beautiful souls? Thank you so much for clicking on this pick a card reading. As you guys could tell by the title, in this reading, we're just going to be getting into I want to get into what this November has been showing us. What have we been meaning to learn from the experiences, what lessons are we learning, what guidance are we receiving. So this is kind of for like some clarity, and then of course after that we'll go more into what to expect for the rest of November and whatever flows. So let's just go ahead and get into it. I guess this was going to be a pick a card reading. I even gathered some seashells that I was going to use as the pick a seashell thing, but I completely forgot about it and I'm already recording, so I have a feeling that this is where we're meant to be. So just a general reading for everyone in the month of November. Today happens to be 11/11/2020, and I just realized that as well, which is so powerful. So let's get into this reading. So yeah, from November 1st up until today, November 11th, what has the universe been showing? What have we been going through, growing through? Alright, so let's start with 3 cards. We've got transformation, things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. We've got unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. And we've got align your life. What is not aligned or needs to be changed? So, transformation, things are changing at a cellular level. I think from the start of November, the energies are encouraging us to step into our priestess energy and, step into our true selves and be able to literally change things at a cellular level. Next to this, we've got unbound, which makes me feel like things that are coming up to the surface, like soul patterns, soul contracts, trauma from childhood, all kinds of maybe memories, feelings, emotions that are coming up from past experiences. November has been allowing us to, instead of get lost in this, be at peace with ourselves and allow these emotions to flow through us. We look at them with an understanding, with compassion for ourselves, and therefore we're able to change these emotions at a cellular level, literally unbound ourselves from soul patterns, soul contracts. Literally says that, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. I mean, this month has been that for me to the T, literally. Crazy. And then of course, align your life, what is not aligned or needs to be changed. So it's like the universe is showing us, God is showing us where we need to be by, what the universe puts in front of us. It's like maybe you have something in mind, a certain plan, a certain something, the way you want something to look in your mind, but the universe is like, that's not where you should be putting your energy, focus, and attention right now. You should kind of come more towards this way, if that makes sense. And for me, that makes perfect sense. Just this video right now. A couple of months ago, it was tricky for me, when to make videos and things like that, because everything was so chaotic. But now that I'm in the rhythm of life, I'm just living, and when the space comes, when the opportunity comes, is when I take advantage, I jump on it. So right now is like a perfect opportunity to come on here and make that video. So when these opportunities come, I don't hesitate, I just do it, and I trust that these opportunities will continue to come. So instead of manipulating my reality and how I want things to look, I allow God to show me, like, show me where you want me to be. You know, I'm a vessel of light, and I want to use that light. I want to share that light. I want to use my body, my voice, my gifts, everything as a way to share light, share awareness, which is just incredible. Body of light. We are bodies of light. So this November has been showing us our strength, how much power we have, our physical bodies, our abilities. And I'm feeling called to read the message that this guidebook has for Unbound. So let's take a look. Unbound, where are you? "108. Alright, we got it. Unbound. It is time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. The stories we tell ourselves, you know, it's where we keep ourselves stuck in. So if we tell ourselves, like, I can't do this, or I'm not that way, or anything of that sort, whatever you put in front of, you know, I kind of lost my train of thought, so I'm going to just continue reading this. They are coming up to be healed. So old soul stories that have been playing out in your life are coming up to be healed, what we were just talking about. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. The universe is allowing us the space and time to do this healing and releasing, this unbounding. Take a look at patterns in your life that you are ready to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiry date, I don't know. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It is time to unwind from them. This is the life in which you free yourself from trauma of lives past. And if you may or may not have seen the video I uploaded today on complex PTSD, I talk about how we came here with a choice to unbound ourselves or to stay in it. It's a choice we actually made. And you know, something that's coming to me quite often is how, like, people who are not spiritually awake is so normalized. And another video I have is "What is Spirituality Really?" You could check that out if you feel called to. But what I wanted to say was that, you know, the reason we have to go through a spiritual awakening here on this earth is because we forgot. And we forgot because we weren't born into families that were able to inform us about it, you know? So it's like, now is the life that this is the body we incarnated to come to realization that we were just born into these contracts, but that we do have the ability to release ourselves, to free ourselves, be who we want, and live the life that we want, really. Where did I leave off here? Okay, what old ways of being have an expiry date? When you name them, you claim them, and they stop holding power over you. Guys, the power of communication is so powerful, and I feel like this November has also been a great month for speaking out, for being open and honest, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. We need to be able to voice ourselves, because the physical act of doing that is spiritually showing our spirit that we believe in ourselves and that we are valid and our voice is valid. So that is very powerful. Let's use our voice. November, these energies are encouraging us to use our voice, speak our truth, be open, find, you know, it's okay to receive help, you know, if there's things you're struggling with, talk to someone. that you know has your best interest at heart, and be open with them and let the reciprocality flow. You'll be amazed. When acknowledging these old patterns, it is also important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. Of course, seeing the bigger picture, what has this allowed me to learn? What has this allowed me to see that I may not have seen before? And it's important to acknowledge all of those things before we move on, of course. We can't just forget things and just let things go unacknowledged. That's part of healing, acknowledging. It says, for example, a soul pattern of playing small caused by a soul fear of being seen or sharing your voice would have served you by keeping you safe. So in order to grow, you now need to soften by receiving and calling in support. And like we were just saying, don't be afraid to, call out for support. We're here for each other. That's what we're here for. It is time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. And this also comes with an activation, an affirmation that you could say, I release all old soul stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, unbound, forever unbound. Incredible. Incredible. These are things that I've noticed in my journey of unbounding. Affirming these things to myself has been extremely powerful. Like, not even necessarily this affirmation, but just affirming positive things to myself. Like, you are free, you're not bounded, you are not held down. There's no reason to fear, there's no reason to not trust your inner voice, to trust your own self. With that in mind, let's go ahead and pull another card or two, and then we'll get into the rest of November. So what else has November been showing us up until today? What do we need to know about what we have learned? What do we need to know about the energies that have been flowing in and out of our lives throughout these past couple of days? Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? What is your soul calling you to do? I feel like the month of November has been allowing us to see the clarity of where it is that we're really being guided to go, what it is that we're really being guided to do. What is your soul calling you to do? Like for me personally, I've been finding that, I was waking up every morning and I want to have like a plan of how my day is going to look and all these things, but the truth is that, I don't. And that's another thing, another big lesson November has been showing, is that we shouldn't attach ourselves to any certain outcome, because we're setting ourselves up for disappointment and closing ourselves off for opportunities. And also we're more likely to run ourselves dry, run ourselves dead if we're not following our heart. We can have so much energy and want to do so many things, but if we're not putting our energy where it really needs to be, then we're really just giving and not giving anything back to ourselves, draining ourselves out. So maybe, this November is showing us how to keep a balance between what we give out and what we give to ourselves, because it has to be a balance. It really has to be a balance. Let's see. it's okay to put yourself first. I'm feeling called to actually check out what it says in the guidebook for this one as well. So let's see. Answer the call. Answer the call, page 36. Okay. Answer the call. Your guidance is divinely guided. You are being called to answer the call of your soul. It might be scary. It might not make sense.